believes I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney. I always try to think of different ways to introduce myself and different ways to what's it called? Not fluctuate, different tones. I try to think of ways to enunciate things differently, use my voice. Should I do sultry? Should I do happy? Should I be like, hello? What do I do? And then I'm like, okay, I'm just thinking way too much. It's just an introduction. But then I'm like, an introduction is what makes or breaks you in a way, because people could go, oh, I'm going to give this person a try. And then they hear my introduction and they're like, snooze bell. And then they want to turn it off. Or they hear my voice and they're like, oh my God, this person sounds just too damn sexy. Is this like a porn or is this a podcast? I'm just kidding. I don't think that anybody would ever mistake my voice in particular for sexy. As you can hear, I'm outside and apparently I picked a really loud freaking day. Jeez Louise. Holy cow. Okay, I'll get you all away from here. Come on, dogs. But anyways, I've been trying to work on my introduction and different ways of saying it, and I don't know. I'm not coming up with anything. Henry, let's go. Come on. Good boy. I have my blind and deaf dog. Come on, good boy. Good boy. He's toughing it. He is like Helen Keller. He's my little Helen Keller, and he's just trucking along. One eye, he can kind of see shadows and stuff, and he's partially deaf. So I'm not just throwing my dogs, good job. I'm not just throwing my dogs out and being like, walk. Although, look, Ray Charles, totally blind. And his mom was like, look, dude, sink or swim, Helen Keller, So shouldn't coddle. Speaking of coddling, good segue, Courtney. Good segue. Speaking of coddling, I have to say, the whole gentle parenting thing, it's a no-go. We need to abort mission. Abort mission. It's a no-go on gentle parenting because when you have more than one child, usually your first one, you're winging it because you're new. You're the new kid on the block. You don't know what the heck you're doing. And so you're winging it. And then if you have a second kid, you're like, okay, I learned the things. I learned what works. I learned what doesn't. I learned, I got this a little bit. And then if you have 3 or more kids, you're like, totally got this in the bag. That said, humans are not the same. Even if you have identical twins, they're still going to have some differences. They're going to have different personalities sometimes. Maybe if it's just one little thing, but sometimes you can't parent the same. Sure, you should always have discipline, consequences for actions. You should always follow through. There should always be, love and support, but also, follow through and consequences no matter how many kids you have. But each child is so different as far as, how they retain information, what works and what doesn't. Some kids need really strong, tough love. Other kids, it just makes it worse. You need the more I guess, gentle parenting, So I didn't really gentle parent my second child, I suppose, my son. But I certainly was going through so much at the time. My son was only 5 months old when his dad and I got a divorce. We were married and we got a divorce when my youngest was only 5 months old. And then I had all kinds of massive, really big health issues, and I was in the hospital a ton. And then I was working full time. And then I decided to go back to school, and I was going to school and working, and it was a whole thing. And so I admit, my parenting skills were not on par. And I was young. I was 23. Well, no, I was actually almost. Oh, there's sirens. Sorry. I was 25 when all of this was going on, though. So I was young, you know? Oh my God, we've got the trolley, we've got sirens. I probably shouldn't have done this outside, but for those of you that live in a city, it'll just be like home, right? Especially if you live in like Chicago or New York. It's like, oh, what? What sirens? I don't even hear them. You guys probably can tune that shit out. Um, but anyway, it I just wasn't I was present, as in I was there for all of their things. I took them on walks, we played board games, like all of that is great. But I fully admit I did not discipline him nearly as much, and I didn't follow through like I should have. And he was the baby, and we were getting divorced when he was young, and I just felt for some reason bad. I don't know why. And my oldest son, no meant no. If I said no, it meant no. And um, I talked to him like an adult. I didn't coddle him. And he's a very, very responsible, um, respectful man. And my youngest, who I love the same, like I said in my last podcast, I love him exactly the same. I love both of my sons. I think they're amazing. And if anything happened to them, I would die. But my youngest is just, you can tell I did the more gentle parenting because he's kind of a dick and narcissistic. And he uh, isn't, he just, everything is a big deal to him. He's super drama. He's pretty self absorbed. And, he gets, if he doesn't want to do something, he gets very childish about it. And he's very kind of entitled, he's very entitled. That's a better word. He's entitled and he really pretty much only cares about and narcissistic. So he works hard when he works. He works full time. He has a job. Um, and when he feels like working, he is amazing. He will go above and beyond. He will get the job done. It will get done well. If it's something that he chooses to do, he will do it. If it's something he doesn't feel like doing and it's his job, he'll do it. But he'll do a good job, but he just throws such a fit about it and acts like he's the only person in the world that's ever worked. And it's just annoying. He's just incredibly drama about it. And he's not nearly as respectful. Um, to other people, like strangers, he'll say yes or no, sir, and he'll shake hands and he'll look you in the eyes and he'll hold open doors. He'll do that, which is most people are like, wow, that's amazing. But he's kind of an ass as far as he also has no problem telling people to fuck off and get mouthy, and he gets shitty and unnecessarily so. I'm feisty and I'll tell people where to stick it, but it's under totally different circumstances. My son will usually just kind of do it. He just kind of has a hot temper. I'm more of, I'll keep warning, I'll keep warning, I'll keep warning, I'll be patient, I'll be patient. And then, unfortunately, if I've warned you numerous times and you still are going to push me, unfortunately, I go from 0 to 60 in a hot minute. And you don't want to be on the receiving end because I'm a Taurus, Swedish woman that grew up having to constantly be scrappy. And it's not good. I'm not saying that I get violent as in, um, I also am not saying I won't. Like it's only after I'm like a tiger. If you try to cage me up and corner me, and I have hissed at you and growled at you, and I've given you numerous warnings, then yeah, I don't care if you are a 7-foot tall, gigantic man. I don't care. I don't care if you're Jesus. I don't care if you're the Pope. I'll come at you. So, unfortunately, my son does that, but he does it after no warning, usually. So, I'm not knocking him and I'm not making a podcast knocking on him because I love him and he's wonderful in many ways. It's just frustrating because gentle parenting can work for some. I have a dog where if I barely raise my voice, he cowers as if he's beaten. And it's really embarrassing because I'm like, holy crap, not only are you not beaten, but you guys are the most like spoiled rotten dogs on the earth. And so I couldn't do like tough love. Then I have another dog who's total thug life. She's major thug life, and she'll look right at you and flip you the bird. And if she were a human, I'm not saying this against roller derby girls. I'm saying roller derby girls are badass, tough motherfuckers, really badass and tough. And if she were a human, that would be her. And she's very, very much like, do not fuck with me. I have to be tougher with her. So one size does not fit all. You know, parenting is also kind of learning as you go. And just because you're a parent doesn't mean you know what you're doing. You're a human. And Lord knows humans never know what the fuck we're doing, right? I mean, we've proven that. That's been something that has been proven time and time again. We don't know what we're doing. We're winging it because we're humans. So, sorry, I'm out of breath. I've been walking a lot. I was trying to walk and hold dogs, and now everyone's staring at me, and it's got weird. This got weird. I mean, that's what I get for talking into my phone with 3 dogs and a Trump t-shirt on. So yeah, on that note too, I got a new sweatshirt. I think I talked about it, but it says, Trump, better than 5G. Can you hear us now? Love it. Wear it all the time. Ugh. And I'm sorry, I have hair on my tongue. Wear it all the time. And I'm in a area of Oregon that is about half and half. I'd say it's pretty even on Trump, on Democrat, Republican. There's colleges around me, which, you know, means liberal. But then there's also a lot of farmers, a lot of agricultural stuff going on, which doesn't necessarily mean Republican. I'm just saying it's about half and half. So, but surprisingly, when I wear it around Portland, believe it or not, I don't actually get a lot of looks. I actually get more looks around here, which is kind of weird. But anyway, it's kind of funny because I try not to offend, but at the same time, I'm going to wear them and I like them. So today I've got the dogs and I've got one in my arm. I got a dog in my arm holding him until I get to a different spot. And then I'm talking into my phone. And then I have 2 dogs and I'm out of breath and I'm winded and I'm wearing a Trump shirt. And so I look like I stick out. Oh, anyway, holy crap. The river is, wow, she is full. She's bloated like me. Anyway, so gentle parenting. See, I always come back around. I get there. Have you guys followed me? Have you been able to follow me? Because sometimes, you know, like I said, I'm like, woo. When you try to talk to me, it's like you gotta. It's weird. I do this thing that people are always like, that's so weird. But I can't always like look at people when they're talking to me because I know it sounds weird, but I have to look like almost past them, or I have to like, if we're in a car, I love it. It's perfect because if I'm looking ahead and you're talking to me, it's like I absorb and retain so much more when you're not looking dead in my eyes and talking to me because I have major ADD. So it's like I start paying attention too much to like everything else. And then I can't focus on what you're saying because I'm like, oh, what are you wearing? What's your body language doing? What's your body language doing when you do this? And what's your voice doing when you say that? And I'm too busy dissecting everything because, again, it goes back to the whole abusive shit. And you want to always know people's tells. Like I try to get a read on people and learn their tells real quick. I'd probably do awesome in prison. Just kidding. I wouldn't. I'd get eaten alive. But it just in the sense that I can get a fairly good read on people. But when people talk to me, I have a weird thing where I like to be like almost, I would prefer, except I know it's rude. I know it's super rude, but I prefer not to be looking at people when they're talking to me. Because I just can't retain information. I'm just too busy looking at everything and then I'm not listening. So I actually am listening to you when I'm not looking at you. Probably a lot more. Not probably, I am. I'm listening to you a lot more if I'm not looking at you, to be honest. But anyway, The gentle parenting stuff. It's it's for some, not for all, and I did one of each. And there's pros and cons. And again, everybody's different, so, it really depends on the person. But I am seeing the results, and my youngest son and I just have some issues to work out. And like I said, I love him, and I'm not trying to say I don't like him or anything like that. I do. We just have problems, and it's both of us. There's times when I'm the sensitive one and taking things too serious and sensitive, and then there's times when it's him. But it sucks when you have children and you don't have an excellent relationship with them. And, you want this fairy tale relationship and you want it to always be great. And unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not always going to be great. And I kept waiting and waiting for he and I to be great. And that's the problem is I don't know if that's going to happen. I want it to. We both need to work on it a lot more. But it's so frustrating. Oh, what are you going to do? You got to, again, control what you can, focus on what you can control, and just try to let go of the rest and see what happens, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Just kidding. I'm not going to sing. Um, just kidding. But it is hard and we're humans and humans are flawed and we don't know what we're doing and we're just, fumbling around like Helen Keller and figuring it out. And that's probably going to piss people off that I just said that. But I mean, if you're listening to my podcast and I haven't pissed you off already, then you're freaking tough as nails. Again, Canada and France, I'm talking to you because I pick on you all the time. So if y'all are still listening to me, then fuck yeah. America, fuck yeah. Canada, France, fuck yeah. Except again, your countries are kind of retarded, but your countries are beautiful and you are beautiful. Your people are beautiful. Your country is just retarded, like ours right now. Ours is getting better, though. Trump, take the wheel. Now that Trump's at the helm, driving us in the right direction, we got a little cuckoo, a little off course. We were out 4-bying it and wandering in the Tulies, but he's getting us back on track. Maybe Jesus and Trump will take the wheel. I'm not even religious, so I don't know why I'm all saying that. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not, I always forget if atheist or I think it's atheist where you believe in something. I believe in a higher power. I just not sure what. Not sure what that higher power is. Anyway, what else? Politics. Gonna get back into that. Again, taking a break. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. I'm on a singing. This is a musical, Courtney, the musical. God, that would be bad. I would lose everybody. People would immediately turn that off, which I think you should. If I start singing, just mute it because it is nothing good is going to come of listening to me try to. I sound like Beyonce, and I mean that in a bad way because Beyonce sounds like a freaking cow in heat. She's god awful. I don't know why people listen to that woman. It's gross. But anyway, um, yeah. So I think that is kind of all I've got on my brain, all that's cooking. I don't know that I can bore you with anything else. I've been trying to keep them a little shorter, a little tidy up, a little trim off the ends. Sometimes I go on long rants and I'm trying to find that happy balance, trying to not make it so long that you tune out, but yet not so quick that you're like, well, that was stupid. But then I also look at it like it's not really a waste of time because if it's short, I mean, how much time did I really waste of yours? Really? So, anyway, I like what Trump's doing. I've been absolutely loving that everyone's losing their marbles still, um, just because he's shaking shit up. And it's fast. And of course, that's a lot for people to digest. They all of a sudden just are, they're having to process a lot of change real quick. And I hope it keeps happening. Get those illegals out, get these, our Board of Education, our education, our educational system is retarded. We are dumb as a box of rocks, and it's embarrassing. America should not be obese idiots, and we are. We are obese, whiny idiots. And so we need to get back on track. And so I like what Trump is doing. I think that I just can't believe that the liberals are still to this day throwing these ginormous temper tantrums. And I can't believe that there aren't people in prison that should be. Uh, why we aren't getting Fauci in there, why he's not rotting somewhere. I don't know why someone hasn't thrown his ass in jail yet. I think he should be executed in like a firing squad or actually I want him to do like stoning again. That'd be great. But all these people threatening Trump's life, all these people promoting violence, all these supposed tolerant, wonderful, sweet, peacekeeping liberals that are doing nothing but being intolerant and violent and not wanting to, they flat out are instigating riots. They are having many protests, although I think they're paid protesters. I would be willing to bet that they're paid protesters. And they are out there screaming and yelling over just yet again being uneducated morons, just going around not knowing what they're talking about, not having information. There's nothing scarier than an unleashed moron. There's nothing scarier than idiots on the loose. And that's what's happening right now. Just a bunch of uneducated people flopping their gums, causing a scene, preventing people from going to work, and not knowing what they're talking about. And the same people are now, I keep seeing videos of people promoting Trump's assassination, promoting people to go out and do the duty. And of course, they're not saying the exact words. They're not saying those words, but they're saying, you know who I'm talking about. They live at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, da da da. They're clearly talking about Trump. Those people need to be thrown the fucking jail. I don't know why they're not. And then you have these people promoting violence and saying that if they don't do what we say, if they don't meet our demands, we will get violent. Those are the words. We will get violent. What do you mean get violent? You're already a bunch of fucking violent people. You're already out there causing a scene. God, how embarrassing for the parents of these people. I hope to God, well, I know my kids won't do that. They're staunch Republican and they're not going to go out. They may do a lot of things, but thank God. You know how back in the day it used to be like people were scared to death to say that they were gay? And some people are going to claim that that's still a big deal. Maybe telling your parents maybe might be a big deal, but being gay nowadays, fuck off. You're nothing. I don't know why you think you're so special if you're gay. Get over yourself. Stop being narcissistic. No one cares. But be gay. No one cares is in just like you don't care if I'm straight. Like you want me to get over myself and not talk about it. Well, same. Right back at you. So the thing used to be you're scared to death to tell your parents that you're gay. Now people, I'm not joking you. I mean this and dead serious. If my kids came home and they said, I'm dating a lefty, I'd be like, nope, no. And they're gonna be like, I can date who I want. And I'm like, that is true, but that person better watch it. No, no. I don't think they would even, I don't think it would ever happen. I'm not saying Democrat. If you're a normal Democrat, I have normal Democrat friends. I'm not talking about normal Democrats, by the way. I'm not talking about just a normal liberal person. I'm talking about the crazies, the extreme, That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Henry. Just like there's extreme conservatives that are just as bat bananas. I want y'all to know I'm talking about crazy across the board. Extreme anything is no good. Even if you're extremely kind, it's almost like, come on, come on. You can't be that happy every single second of the day. Once in a while, you gotta, you just gotta let it out. But geez Louise, it's a loud world today. It's a loud world. It's just loud in general. Everyone's screaming and yelling. My God, everybody needs to shut the fuck up. Just listen to nature. Get outside, shut your face, and go outside. Don't talk at all and listen to nature. And if you're not around nature, then shut your face and put on like a nature CD or put on some music. Listen to music. Go play with your kids. Go do something other than flap your gums at the world and screaming and whining about nonsense. If you're going to scream and yell about something, scream and yell about all the kids that are missing. Why aren't the liberals screaming and yelling about all the children that are missing and all the children that are being sex trafficked and children that are being taken away from their parents because their parents don't want them to have, gender reassignment surgery or take hormones? Like, let's scream about that. How about let's do that? We don't need to be batshit bananas about things like gays for Palestine. I mean, what kind of moron are you? You're a special moron. You really are. So let's stop screaming and yelling. Let's start listening. Let's start hearing. And if we can't do that, let's spend time with our families. Let's spend time in nature, spend time, I don't know, doing some yoga. Let's channel that energy in a different way. I'm saying this really condescending again. God, I sound like a condescending little twat right now. It's not how I mean it. It's not how I mean it, man. I need to calm down. See, I'm getting all fired up, acting like an asshole now. I'm just saying, myself included. I get fired up. I act like an asshole. I've been an asshole. I've been embarrassing. There's times I look back at things I've said or done and I'm like, wow, I am a jackass. Because again, we're humans. Humans are jackasses. That's what we do best. There's even a show called Jackass. Well, although they went out of their way. Those poor moms. Remember Bam? Bam Margera or whatever his name was. I think he died, unfortunately. I think he had a shoot. I've just been talking and talking and talking, and I have no idea how long it's been because my battery life just came on, and I don't know at what point it came on and it stopped the tape. And I don't want to just say everything I just said because I don't want you guys to hear it twice. But at the same time, you know, I was talking about some shit. I guess I'm gonna have to sum up because I don't know at what point what time the battery life thing came up, and then I have no idea where I was. Basically, what I'm saying is everybody's been screaming and yelling. Liberals are going crazy, and that it used to be that people were scared to death to tell their parents that they were gay, and they were like, "Oh my God, I can't tell my parents that I'm gay. It's gonna kill them." And like I said, being gay right now, get over yourself if you think it's a big deal. Been there, done that. It's not a big deal. You're not special. Don't be narcissistic. But maybe telling your family, maybe that's still a big deal. Now, though, I think, like, if my sons suddenly were like, I'm gay, I'd be like, all right, cool. But if they said that they were dating someone that was a total leftist, holy shit, that's what you should be scared to tell someone. At least me. I don't know that I could do that. That would bother me way more. And it wouldn't bother me at all if they were gay. But if they were dating someone that was a total lefty, oh my God, no, no, that's not cool. And I was basically just saying, see, this sucks because I was talking and now I don't know at what point the tape stopped. So crap. And I don't want you guys to hear the same thing all over again. Um, but I just think that we should all stop screaming and yelling. There's so much screaming and yelling going on. We've got protests going on because of Trump, and God forbid we have protests going on because of all the children that are missing. I mean, we've got children missing, children being sex trafficked, and I don't see the left going crazy over that. I don't see the left caring at all about that. What I do see is the left completely promoting the assassination of Trump and completely promoting violence to the point that there's all these TikTok videos with people flat out telling other people to um, to assassinate Trump. And they're like, oh, well, I'm not saying any names, but they live at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay, well, these people need to be in jail. I don't know why they're not in jail. You cannot sit there and it's because they're not blatantly saying it, but they are. And what the hell? So there's all these If we were to do that, if the right were to even say a word about Biden, people lost their mind. They lost their mind, even when we were speaking the truth, even when we were saying facts, let alone if we were making up falsehood, and let alone if we kept constantly making video after video promoting people to assassinate our president. Why aren't these people thrown in jail? And then they're out there having protest and saying, if they don't listen, we'll make them listen and we'll get violent. Get violent, bitch. You've already been violent. What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Trump, take the wheel. It's not Jesus, take the wheel. Trump is at the wheel, y'all. So hopefully, things will calm down. We all just really need to go outside, calm down. I hate it when people say that. Calm down. Take a breath and enjoy nature. If you aren't around nature, well, listen to it. Listen to some music. Go on a walk. Play board games with your kids. Just use, instead of flapping your gums and screaming and yelling, go out and channel that energy into walking, especially if you need exercise. Be with your kids. If you're not with your kids, why are you out protesting? Go be with your kids instead. Shut your face. Quit yapping. Quit screaming and yelling, because that doesn't do anything. By the way, what does that accomplish? Can someone explain to me what protesting accomplishes? I have never yet seen protesting work. I don't, and especially when you're screaming and yelling and being violent. When does that suddenly make people go, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'll listen. Okay, cool. No, it just makes other people get more violent. It usually just pokes the bear. So I don't understand it. So instead of flapping your gums, you're supposedly tolerant, peace-loving, kind, nature-loving people. Well, why aren't you being that? Why aren't you out in nature? Go make yourself some granola. Eat your granola and put on your glasses that have no lenses in them. Put on your skinny jeans and grab your favorite microbrew and go do something. Go do something actually productive. Go do something that actually makes a difference. Walk the walk. Quit just screaming and yelling and making people listen to you. People tune you out. People just tune you out. They're just like, shh, 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 and they close the door. So try that. Try getting outside, less screaming, more walking, more doing. Let Trump and Jesus take the wheel right now. You're not in control of who runs the country. You're not in control of the universe, you know? Ugh. So, gentle parenting. We don't need gentle parenting right now. We need tough love right now, and that's what Trump is giving. He's giving us Trump love, not tough love, not gentle parenting. He's given us Trump love, and that's amazing, and we need to go with it. And again, those of you that gentle parent, I get it. I'm not knocking it at all, because like I said, there's not a one size fits all. Parenting is not one size fits all. So to sum up, don't be crazy. Don't be loud and crazy. Go outside and enjoy life. Go be with your kids. Go be with your dogs. Go do something productive. Go make a difference. And don't try to control the things that you can't. And gentle parenting doesn't always work. And parenting is hard, even when your sons or daughters are older. It's hard. Sum it up. There you go. There's the cliff notes. Anyway, hey, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart, from my toes to my head. I appreciate you greatly. And tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell someone, anyone. Hey, you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And until next time.